Today's video, we're going to talk about PPC for roofers. How to do it to generate literally hundreds of leads a month in your local market that you're dealing with. That is, if you're in a decent sized city or if you can cover a good part of your state or a whole state, you can absolutely do the instructions that I'm telling you about in this video to generate these same kind of leads for yourself and at a decent cost per lead. $100 a lead, $200 a lead, or as little as $50 a lead, depending on where you're getting the leads from, of which there's multiple campaign strategies that we have been using to get results in a couple different states for a client, of which I'm going to give you the exact ads, campaigns that you need to run to generate these exact results for yourself. Before I get into the strategies itself, and I will get into the exact cost per lead, closing rates, ROI of this campaign if you watch to the end of the video, but I want to let you know that who is giving you the information. I am Corey Zyman, owner of Guaranteed PPC, a PPC/online advertising agency that manages ads for clients and guarantees the results. What's guaranteed? We guaranteed to get you to a certain minimum level of profitability with our efforts upfront, ROI, or with a campaign that's new or in addition to what you already have with already running campaigns. Do not take a management fee until we've done that. We're the only agency on the planet who offers any kind of guarantee like that, which tell you about the quality of the information you're getting on this video. So with that said, getting into the actual content. So there's 3 overall platforms that actually work and that are profitable to generate leads for an actual typical roofing company. Roofing, doesn't matter if you're talking about metal roofing, you're talking about just regular asphalt roofing, you can get these results on all 3 of these platforms, okay? Certainly a lot more results if you're not doing regular metal roofing by itself, because you have a lot bigger market to appeal to. There's only a certain amount of people who can afford and willing to spend the extra premium. For a metal roof, you got to be a big long-term thinker or whatnot, but you can still get all of these things to work. Metal roofing specifically, which we've worked with a specialized metal roofer, to make that work, it's more of like a regional play and more so on the Google search, Bing search side. What I'm going to tell you about here is going to apply for the typical asphalt roofer, because that's what most of you guys are. So if you want to get asphalt roofing leads, or your typical, or it could be tile or whatnot, this is the information I'm sharing with you here is going to be, what I'm talking about here is going to mainly focus on that. And the numbers I give, same thing, related to your plain old asphalt roofing, asphalt shingle based roofing. So with that said, Google search and Bing search ads are going to be what I would always start out with because it's the easiest to get working. Bing ads will always work if Google search ads work in the roofing space. To set up ads on Google search to start out with, the 2 things that you're going to want to focus on up front are these so-called generalized searches, people typing in like roofing contractors, roofing company, roofing services, which, by the way, you have roofing broken into new installs and repair. Repair work, I wouldn't focus on that in the beginning. It's really nuisance work and it's really hit or miss. You can do that later. It's still profitable if you run those campaigns. You'll have a lot more consistency in your results just going after new installs. And I don't mean like new roofing installation as a keyword. I mean not targeting words with repair in it. And to go along with that, I would stay away from the commercial stuff. I've seen people go broke trying to go after commercial leads and blowing their whole marketing budget on that because the deals take so long to close. Do the residential, then go after the commercial. Most of the people that are typing in like roofing contractors and whatnot, they want asphalt roofing. It's for residential. And so that's what you can expect to get 90% of there. So you tackle that. That's easy, low-hanging fruit. You're also going to go after material specific. If all you do is asphalt shingles, you're going to target people typing in asphalt shingle company, asphalt roofers near me. If you do tile roofing as well, tile roofers near me, and the like. So depending on how many different roofing types you do, you'll go ahead and target keywords for each of those. Those leads are actually higher converting because those people are closer to a purchase. Because when somebody types in roofer, you don't know if that person's actually going to hire somebody or not. A lot of people don't hire anybody. Whereas if someone is typing in metal roofer, a higher percentage of those searches are going to turn into a sale. Not just from you, but in general. Somebody who types in roofer, half of that traffic will buy, half won't. If they're typing in metal roofer, it's going to be 65, 75% of people that type that in are going to buy, not, if not from you, for somebody, and sometime in the near future, maybe not right away, but within the next 6, 12 months. Anyway, that's what you're going to do as well. Those are the two money makers. If they don't have the word contractor or service or companies or near me, a buying search like that, just stay away from it for both of these categories. With that, you'll be able to get a $150 lead cost all day long. Those leads are going to close at about 15-20%. So you can see you're going to be getting deals for $500 to $1,000 all day long, very consistently. And this is typically where you start out with because there's less complexity in actually making those sales. They come in, they're ready. They just want to get a quote. The secretary can answer the phone and still make money with these. Whereas you start getting into generating leads on Facebook, YouTube, and so forth, you need a higher caliber of person taking that phone call that's coming in or answering the form lead because they're not quite so sure and ready to do business with you. And you got to take moderate demand and turn it into a fire hot lead, and that takes some expertise. Once you've done that, the reason why I say start there is because you don't want to spread yourself too thin in the beginning to take that ad budget you have to start to work for you and spread it out too many places, given that that's going to spread the learnings you're going to get from that ad budget over multiple places. And you'd be better off investing it in one place you can get learnings on that quicker. You get Google search ads to work, you move it to Bing. Once you get that to work, you can start to run Facebook ads. On Facebook specifically, what you're going to do is run a combination of UGC and employee ads. So UGC is user-generated content ads. Specifically, what you do is you put together a video ad that looks like a customer giving advice about this so-called roofing company that is your roofing company. Hey, I actually just got a roof installed and it just cost me $80 a month. Actually, they had a really good financing plan. I thought that I was gonna have a problem because we needed a new roof. They came to save the day. This is the general format of the ad that works, just to give it to you for free here. Okay, you do that. You can also do a style where it's like an employee. Hey, I'm just here. I just wanted to let you know that we have a roof financing plan where that's all you need is $80 a month. You can get yourself in a new roof. If you have a big roofing problem, you're starting to see leaks in your roof, it's only going to get more expensive the longer you wait. And this will make sure that you can get it. And anybody can apply for this. And that's generally what you can do there. Both of those will work pretty good. And usually we use both because once they see the one ad and they see another, it's going to get more response out of each person that way than one ad by itself. So you usually use them in tandem. And with that, and $80 a month is the typical sweet spot on the cost per month that seems to get the highest response rate, just to let you know up front. We're generating leads for about $60 each through Facebook ads using that. And then of the closing rate we're getting with that, just to let you know, getting about 5 to 10% closing rate on those leads. So we're still in the $500 to $1,000 cost per job range for roofs that are selling for 10 to 20K on average. So very profitable, very, very profitable to do. Yes, you need a good salesperson to work those leads. You need a good follow-up program. And if you're not aware of it, the key with getting form leads to convert, which on Facebook you use the lead gen ads where they can fill out the form directly while they're still on Facebook. That works the best, just to tell you about it up front. You got to respond to the leads within 5 minutes if you want great response, like we're talking about here in terms of cost per job and so forth. And obviously anybody can do this. You can set up technology nowadays. So when somebody fills out the lead gen ad on Facebook, immediately calls your salesperson, and an audible plays through a robot. It says, John Smith just filled out your Facebook ad form. Would you like to call John Smith? Press 1 if so, hit 1, automatically calls John Smith. That way you can enforce through your sales team a 60-second response time to every form lead that comes in. That's how you monetize Facebook specifically. So that tells you that in and itself is just as profitable, if not more profitable, than the Google search ads and the Bing search ads combined. In the market that we're in, using both of these right now, we're making 5 times literally as much money with these Facebook leads than we are with the Google search ads, mainly because there's just only so much volume you can get through Google search ads of people searching. There's only so many people searching on a monthly basis. of that, I don't care how good the ad is, we can get 15% click-through rates, but the other 85% are clicking on something else and going with somebody else. Obviously, many people get multiple quotes, so they can come back, and that's not necessarily quite the case, but you get what I'm saying. With the Facebook, it gets in front of people that would have normally asked for a referral or getting a referral. You get in front of more people that way that are needing and want a roof. And should I say before they need the roof, because they were kind of like, I don't know if I can quite afford it yet. I'm going to save up, $80 a month. A lot of you guys might be scoffing at my idea of like the financing, but the key with Facebook ads, if you want any Facebook ad to work, you got to have a good offer. You can't just say, hey, we have roofs, come get one. That's not good enough. You need to have something that when they see it, they're damn happy they found it. If you can't picture the consumer doing that, then you need to come up with a better ad. This is what truly gets Facebook ads to work. If you have a service that's amazing, yeah, you can just say, here's the service, that's it. But roofing isn't it. Nobody cares about your roofing company. What are you going to give me? Why should I respond to this ad right now, right then, right now, and stop what I was doing on Facebook, which was having a good time reading other content on there and whatnot? And that's what we found works the best, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. The closing rate, by the way, on the leads is going to be less than what you get on Google search, mainly because a lot of people aren't going to have good credit, which is the biggest thing that gets the leads to not convert. That's why you're going to get 5% closing rate, whereas on the Google search, it can be 20%. Or it's going to be 2 or 3 times higher closing rates on Google versus on Facebook. So, which, by the way, Bing is going to close at a little bit higher rate typically than Google, just so that you know. And the cost per lead on Bing can be closer to $80 actually than $150. So you may say, who the hell uses Bing? Well, about 15% of the market's still going to use Bing to search for a roofing company when they need it. So it's worth, and as a result of that, and because the cost per lead is less, you may end up making 25% of your profit from Bing when looking at search engine advertising for yourself as a whole. Anyway, if you're interested in having someone set this all up for you, this is exactly what I do for clients at our firm, and we guarantee your results. That is, if you don't get a certain minimum amount of leads from what we set up in terms of ads, you're not paying any kind of management fees to us. We'll get you a certain minimum amount up front if you agree to work with us long-term after that. That's our signature offer at our firm. Just reach out to me at guaranteeppc.com, and I'd be happy to have a conversation with you about that particular topic. And if you would like the templates that we use to sell these through ads themselves, the landing pages themselves, the keywords themselves, the campaign template, landing page template, all of it, we can sell you that as well. We've been selling templates for a while now. They're very, very helpful to people who want good results. They want to manage their own ads. They still want to shortcut their way to success and learn stuff that they don't necessarily know already about their business and about the market and how to run ads for their market. And we sell those for a one-time fee. We can tell you the lead cost you're going to get, of which I'm already discussing here. And you can get those results for yourself and cut out the years of time testing and the money we spent testing to figure out how to get those results for ourselves. You just sidestep all the way around it for yourself, just getting access to that template. Which, by the way, we've sell templates for a bunch of other stuff. We've worked in over 100 niche markets. If you want to start a new business, literally the easiest way to do that is to look through our template list, pick one out that you want to do, and then build your business around the template, because it'll tell you how to get results, that is an ROI on your advertising spend, how much customers you can bring in from it already, so you know the market size. It'll tell you if it'll even work, because a lot of businesses, you don't even know if running ads for it will work at all, or that the business will work. Anyway, if you're interested in any of those other templates, you can let me know. We got people using these templates literally to start an e-commerce business when they didn't know about how to do it before, to sell an item that our clients are already selling in country A and they were selling it in country B, or they started a business selling leads. We've got many people doing that now. Selling the leads to people in a market. You can sell roofing leads to roofers using this template, which is a great passive income business idea. If you have any questions about anything I'm covering here, leave me a comment below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a question or comment on this channel, usually within around 24 hours time or less. You can ask me any marketing related question, and I'll let you know based upon my 20 years of experience running online ads, running online businesses, which I have several online businesses that I also run. I don't just run an agency, which should tell you that I can actually put this stuff into practice. I'll answer the question and give you the best business advice I can And I'm happy to do that just as a way of saying thank you for watching the channel and helping the channel grow. Getting back to the topic at hand here, I talked about Google, talked about Bing, talked about Facebook. Now we got YouTube/demand gen campaigns, which, by the way, if you don't know what demand gen campaigns are, they're basically a type of campaign that you can run in your Google Ads account still, but will get your ads exclusively on Gmail. The typical ad you see at the top of your email, that's what that is and how you get your ads to run there for your market. And then text ads on YouTube.com itself. And the reason why these are so good is because you get on the general web, there's so many bots. If you run a banner ad on a website, you'll mainly pay for bot clicks. That's why they're so hard to get working. The reason why Facebook ads work so well is because Facebook is very good at weeding out all the bots. You actually get in front of real people. Google's good at weeding out bots on their own platforms, Gmail and YouTube, which is why you want to go there first before you advertise on basically any other website. That, and the second biggest reason, is because you can actually run in your ads to people who are actually interested in roofing already. Literally speaking, people who have recently searched for roofing contractors, roofing services, or whatever in the recent past on Google. You can get your ads in front of them if they've done that in the recent past. You can also get your ad in front of people who have recently searched for how to replace my roof, should I replace my roof, best companies in Dallas to replace my roof, what to know before replacing my roof. Any content like that on YouTube, you can have your ad show up in front of those people exclusively, make a good deal of money as a result. Both of those, whether somebody's recently shown they were in market for the service by a recent Google search that they made, which you can do that through something called custom intent audiences, or they're actively looking for information on how to make a decision on YouTube, you get your ad to show up for them with the same financing program, and you can get roughly about a $30 lead cost doing that. Closing rates on a leads that is around 10%. So you're actually going to get better results on YouTube and demand gen than you are on Facebook. For the main reason being that, unlike with Facebook, instead of just flagging people down and saying, hey, you need a roof, we got a roof, inadvertently that, you're obviously still saying, we have financing and that's the hook. And through YouTube, you can get in front of people who are either actively looking for information on buying a roof, which is the best, and people who recently looked for a roof while they're still on YouTube. In other words, better targeting means lower lead cost and a higher closing rate on the leads. Because there's less competition in what you're doing running ads on YouTube, your competition's not going to know anything about YouTube ads. They may have heard of Facebook. None of them's running YouTube ads, probably anyway. 90% chance they're not running any YouTube ads because they don't know anybody who's done it and it's early. You actually can end up with a better ROI on those YouTube ads than you can on the Google search ads, okay? And same thing with Facebook can do better than Google search ads because of less competition. When you have a good offer and other companies in the area don't have that financing offer, well, then you've narrowed the choices down for them better. This is kind of a process. You should get the search ads to work, throw up Facebook ads. If you get that to work at all, start up your YouTube demand gen campaigns, you can get even more. And it's good to have all 4 sources going, 5 sources going, so that if one goes down at any point, which eventually it will, you've got 4 others going, and then when you build up your infrastructure and your company to handle all this work, you aren't going to go down as a company because you've got all this overhead and not enough work now. I've seen how many contractors go out of business exactly because of that. They got one channel working really well. Maybe it was like Google Business Profile or Google Maps rankings, falls out. Once that was coming in, they were starting to buy, houses and hot women, hooking up with hot women and going to strip clubs or have a high maintenance wife, whatever. They thought it was never going to end. And then suddenly Google makes a change and they can't adapt quick enough. They come to me and say, hey, Corey, I need leads now. Well, it takes a few months to get it going to even run a Google search ad campaign. And I can't force Google to take your ads seriously in a day. There's a lot we can do, but there's limitations still to everything. The best thing to do is not spend your money once one channel's working. You don't even think about buying the Lamborghini or whatever until you've got all 5 channels working already. Anyway, with that said, that is in a nutshell the formula. If you want to know the details on how to set this search campaign up, for instance, to make it work the way that I'm saying, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and start paying attention to my content because I tell you exactly all the tricks on how to set this up the right way. Always beat your competition in your local market with the search ads which involves And what you need is a better ad that gets a better click-through rate than your competition and a better landing page that gets a better conversion rate than your competition. If you do that, Google will want to hook you up with the rock bottom lead cost in terms of lowering your cost per click, where you'll pay 5 times less per click than your competition is with a crappy ad and a crappy landing page. And they'll actually send a higher quality, more likely to convert person to you because they kind of know who's the good leads, people that are not likely to do business with anybody that come through Google, and they give the better quality traffic to the person they want to encourage to stay around. In a decent sized market, there's 4 ads at the top of Google and there's 15 people cycling in and out of those spots. And so they decide who gets what quality of lead based upon your job as an advertiser and making a better experience for their users so they want to click on ads in the future. So if you want to know exactly how to do that, and I know how to do that, and I know how to do that because otherwise we couldn't offer guaranteed results to our clients here at our firm, then you want to pay attention to this content on this channel, which most of the other content on YouTube you're going to find about how to run search ads or display ads or whatever, it's garbage because they're not actually running ads themselves. They're pulling the wool over your eyes to try to sell you a course, and that's the way that it is. And that's 98% of the content you're going to find on YouTube and online about how to make money running ads. You may find out how to push the buttons to set up a campaign. That is 5% of what you need to know. Actual money and millions of dollars a year running ads for your business. And the details that you need and that are necessary to actually do that. The details are where all the results are. So you should subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. You should also check out my blog. Got a blog at guaranteedppc.com/blog. The blog actually has even better information than these videos. There's literal step-by-step advice on how to execute the strategies we're using to guarantee results for our clients with screenshots, with everything you need to execute those strategies. So you should check that out as well. Most people who like the channel are going to like the blog, if not even more, if not as much, or probably even more, most of the time even more. With all that said, what is the moral of the story here? Moral of the story is you can make a lot of money when you think differently than the other people in your market. Just because you haven't heard anybody running YouTube ads or seen anybody doesn't mean it works. The stuff in marketing and advertising that nobody else has done, or where there's actual customers there, of course, is where all the best ROI is. Once you start getting into the stuff everybody knows about, of course the ROI is not going to be as good because everybody knows about it, and the market rate for customers there obviously going to be higher because there's more demand for it. So if you want the really good ROI on advertising that you want to do, you got to be able to venture out and go to the places other competitors aren't, and it comes from being able to offer more to get people on the hook. Because if you're going to go to places where they're not actively saying that I'm ready to do business with somebody now, that is Google search, you got to have a good offer, and you may not want a financing plan. You can see the money you can make here if you do it. And you may not want a funnel and a sales process where you have to, deal with a bunch of people who have credit or whatever to do this. I'm giving you a turnkey, strategy here to make millions of dollars a year. Either you want it or you won't. And if you stick to just saying, oh, I only want to offer services to people who know they want it already, and that's it. Okay, well, run the Google search ads, get your 25 leads a month. You're going to make your 200 grand a year at your company for your salary, not your 2 million a year that you should get if you knew how to run your display ads in addition. Which I didn't talk about display ads. If you wanted to actually take this a little bit further, you could also run display campaigns on websites that are about how to hire a roofer. I won't go into detail on that, but you run banner ads on those websites. Basically, any website that the user goes to get that information, your banner ad shows up there with your financing plan offer. Other ways also to run ads for a roofing company I didn't even talk about. These are just ones that recently we found it brings so many leads that we didn't even have to do anything else. But if somebody's looking for how to hire a roofer, what you do is you put together an ebook that says, we didn't do this in the roofing space, but many other spaces in home services. What you need to know before hiring a roofer, do not get ripped off. What the other roofing companies do not want you to know. And you put that piece of content together, and it's so desirable for somebody to actually know what that is. Once you put that in front of them, you can pull people who are just starting to do research in the roofing space about, should I even get a new roof? How do you go about buying one? You're going to get in front of all these people, and you're going to be able to have a bunch of leads for your salespeople that once they start reading that ebook, even though they're not ready, you can have a conversation with them. And so when they are ready, you're first in line for the business. And that's a whole other thing you can do We also didn't even get into remarketing. You got all this traffic you're driving to your site on a regular basis, from organic traffic from Google Organic, from their maps, from referrals, and you do no follow-up ads to get people to come to the site once they get there if they haven't turned into a lead already. And that's free extra money. And it costs a fraction of a penny to have a banner ad that says, we are the best company in the area. We have the highest reviews. We have these awards. That would have got them back to buy from you at a higher rate if you would have shown that ad to them versus not. And the best is you have a whole series of ads that explain every which reason why they should do business with you and you alone, so that when they get to your site, you know they're going to go with somebody, that they see all this information spoon-fed to them in different ads, on video ads, banner ads, that they're just going to be likely to go with you once they finally do decide. Because the reality is people usually start doing research about a new roof, on average, weeks to months before they buy. And then once they start doing research, you follow up with them the whole time. When they go to decide to buy, they say, I cannot put this decision off any longer. You are the first person they think about because you did the follow with them the whole time. And you literally can have 500 different ads show up for them during that 3-month evaluation, from the time that they initially started thinking about it to the time they buy, for, basically $5. It's literally that cheap. I'm not joking about how cheap that is. It's a fraction of a penny for each ad that you show, when frankly, you're spending $20 to get them to your site. You're not going to spend $5 to have 500 follow-up ads show up for them once they've been to the site. You're not going to get the full value from these Google search ads if you don't do that. So anyway, I think I pretty much summed it up. I don't want this video to go on too much longer. If you have any questions, leave me a comment in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Remember when I said demand gen was important during this video? Well, this video here tells you how to do it.